This is my 3-pound combat robot, the Wall. Well, actually that nice photo was an old design. This is the current version. It's designed to wedge under my opponents, clamp down on them with my foam board wall, pick them up and suplex them over the arena push-out wall. Hence the name. Barring that, I can just flip my opponents over. The frame is made out of 3D printed TPU. I paid for the printer's entire build plate, so I'm going to use the entire build plate. The Wall also has ludicrously overpowered drive motors. That should be all you need to know about the Wall, so on to the fights for Kilobots 61 from August 2025. My first fight is against Full Send, a powerful vertical spinner with fast drive and an annoyingly effective front wedge. It's vulnerable to being flanked and flipped upside down though. If I can do that, I should be able to safely get Full Send to the pushout.
It's the Wall! The Wall!
Drivers ready in 5, 4.
3, 2, 1, here we go! The Wall charging towards Full Send, almost shoving them out of the arena right off the bat, but gets quickly tipped over onto its back. The Wall's frame looking solid right now. The lightweight construction, I think, allowing it to fly through the air as Full Send revs up its wheel. If that makes contact with the Wall, I'm a little bit worried for it, but the Wall gets its pinchers in and manages to score a pin. That was a solid grab up against Full Send there, but damage is still being done. The Wall's feeling a bit of pressure, I think. It's on a bit of a timer to get Full Send forced out of the arena here. That's a perfect grip. Can it get itself maneuvered? The Wall sent flying again. And again. If you have a sign, you gotta hold it up and wait. Oh my gosh! Full Send sends it out of the arena! The Wall achieves a victory here. Congratulations. Full Send, aptly named, Full Sends it in the wrong direction.
Okay, so that hurt a bit and didn't look great. If I wasn't so fast on self-riding, the damage could have been a lot worse. Oh, retroactive thanks to Dennis there for sweeping up the bits of me, but we'll see more of him later. I had to replace a wonky drive motor after this fight, but otherwise, somehow, I was relatively undamaged. This is what the Wall's frame looks like in my 3D printer slicer. It's quite thick around the perimeter, but mostly hollow inside to keep the weight down. This is why Full Send can rip out chunks of my frame and yet I can still claim minimal damage. All the important bits are safe deep inside the robot. Plus I have many replaceable attachments and configurations to repair badly damaged forks, for example. My next fight is against Vectrex, a horizontal spinner. I changed configurations to add a titanium armor plate and wheel guards. The strategy is to keep my lifting arms up to prevent damage to them, and only use them once I've forced Vectrex into a wall, stopping his weapon.
1. And the Wall goes charging towards Vectrex, looking to take it from the back to avoid that offensive weaponry. Slamming Vectrex against the Wall to disable those blades from spinning. But Vectrex is able to get back up and running at a pretty quick rate here. The Wall wants to keep the pressure on and not give Vectrex the space to get their blade spinning, and now Vectrex is in a dangerous spot, quickly makes their way away from that exit portal, but the Wall is about to shove him out one more time. The blade's starting to spin and Vectrex is trying to hold steady and barely makes it. Is Vectrex's motor still spinning, however? That is the question as the Wall tries to grab on and lift Vectrex out of the arena. That's a victory for the Wall and their streak begins.
That worked exactly to plan. I was able to control Vectrex and no damage was taken. My next fight is Utopia, Dennis's robot. Oh boy, when Utopia shows up to an event, it's highly likely to place first. It is meticulously engineered and machined, its spinning drum can break you or just launch you out of the arena, and thanks to magnets on the bottom, it's really hard to get under or even just push around. I'm unlikely to win this one. I do have to change back to the fork configuration.
2, 1, here we go. And we get started right away with bits of the wall flying out. But do we have a pin of Utopia against the wall? Can they get themselves righted?
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is a knockout from the wall! Taking advantage of the one weakness of Utopia's build.
I could not believe that happened. On the first engagement, I got underneath Utopia somehow and pushed him square against the arena wall. I tried for the full lift, thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm actually trying this. Well, the full lift failed, but I did tip Utopia up to the perfect angle where no wheels or drum teeth were touching the arena. Utopia was having weapon issues at this point from our first engagement, preventing it from wiggling free before a 10 count. Somehow, I'm one of 2 remaining undefeated Beetleweights, the other being Mudhorn, an incredibly powerful spinner. Really terrible drive system. Like, I know I can outdrive this thing, so I'm going to try a new strategy I've never done before. I'm not going to charge straight into its weapon. I'm going to avoid engagements until I can get to him from the side or back. I change back to the armor configuration.
Here we go, folks. The wall looking to use that wide frame, get some leverage over Mudhorn here. And Mudhorn gets their spinning blade slammed into the wall. Not the wall, the wall of the arena. That's gonna be confusing. Okay. The wall looking for some pins as well. So far, a few superficial pieces of the wall coming apart, but that's to be expected against that spinning blade of Mudhorn. Continuing to duke it out inside of the arena. The wall just needs one good angle here to get a ring out. It's pretty difficult to go for a pin when the wall is charging up against that wide frame, but they've got a latch on, and oh! We have a chunk of our arena going flying, folks. And I am uncertain yet as to whether that is a double knockout or not. So that is a double knockout. We're going to be getting some more of this action going, folks.
I had mostly stuck to my game plan when that happened. In one instant, I was very worried that my robot was out the push-out. I was relieved to see Mudhorn was out too, knowing that a double knockout restarts the fight, and then very confused as to what that flying chunk of something was. I saw it land and realized that it was part of the arena. So it's an arena inner wall, it's designed to be replaceable. The outer walls were not in danger of being broken, and everyone around the arena is perfectly safe, just to clear that up.
Alright, I hope you're not done yet, because we have more of this matchup here.
Hey, you know what's a really good sign for you in a fight? When your opponent is told to return to his square and he can't. His weapon is still really scary, but my driving advantage is magnified, so I need to keep doing what I was doing and pick my engagements.
Winner of this one advances into top 3. Bronze medals at stake. 2 minutes left on the clock. The wall looking to continue the business they left off and get another latch onto the side of Mudhorn in order to drag them out of the arena here. The wall grabbing a good pin for now, seeing if they can get caught. And looks like they've got a latch onto Mudhorn here. Let's see if they can leverage Mudhorn out of the arena. Mudhorn trying to fight back here with their limited mobility, but this is another edged moment, and they manage to slip past the portal exiting. Mudhorns stopped spinning their blade. This is an opening for the wall continuing to apply pressure, trying to not give Mudhorn a chance to get their weapon running again. Unfortunately, that window closes. Mudhorn is back in a position to try to keep putting up a fight to prevent from getting ringed out here. 1 minute left in the match. And another shove. The wall needed to be careful here. And that is a ring out.
Mudhorn put up a great fight. He just did not want to get pushed out. As this is a double elimination tournament, Mudhorn placed third because he then fought and lost to my finals opponent, Utopia, again. However, Utopia's drum never worked properly after our fight, so Dennis attached a big thick wedge onto it. Wedgetopia thus ran up through the entire loser's bracket to get to the finals with me. Is this good news for me? I think so? If I can get Wedgetopia upside down, he'll stay that way and I can out-control him. And in a double elimination format, I only have to win once to get first place. Utopia has to beat me twice. Also, I had to change configurations again. Yes, I did have to do that after every fight. Thanks for noticing.
It's the wall! 3, 2, 1, here we go! The wall charging straight at Utopia, looking to initiate their game plan, lifting Utopia up and out of the ring. Utopia has quickly found themselves upside down. We'll see if they're able to put some pressure on, but the wall has Utopia's back and has managed to prop Utopia up in that position we've seen many times before. Utopia on their back end has no grip of their wheels on the arena, and that is a victory by knockout for the wall. Taking gold for Kilobots Canadian National Championships 2025, it's the wall!
Since this moment in time is seared in my brain, I can recap that entire fight in detail. I start this and almost all other fights by trying to drive this line, hoping to get around my opponent and keep them between me and the push-out over there.
Here we go!
I overshoot wildly.
The wall charging straight at
I re-aim and charge forward and get under Utopia. In this position, a really good lift might actually get Utopia over the push-out wall.
Utopia, looking to...
There's a bit of a panic here as I drive myself over the barrier a bit. My rear wheels will always touch the floor when I'm tipped up so I can back away safely. I notice Utopia is now upside down, so let's try to stay calm, drive slow, and go head on and see if I can push him around.
Initiate their game plan, lifting Utopia up and out of the ring.
So I can just barely win a head-on pushing battle, but that might be all I need for a judge's decision. Let's face him and try again.
Utopia has quickly...
I want to drive forward to in front of the blue square to catch Utopia here.
Found themselves...
He dodges and I overshoot again. If this was a few inches over, I would have driven out the arena myself. I need to reset and stay calm. No more driving mistakes, please.
Upside down. We'll see if they're able to put some...
I head at Utopia and really get under him good. I try for a full clamp and lift, but know to do it slowly. I can't afford to flip him back over.
Pressure on, but the wall has Utopia's back.
So I see I'm not doing the full clamp and lift, but maybe I might be able to repeat what I did in our first fight. I lift a little bit more and drive forward slightly. If I do that, I'll tip him against the arena wall.
And has managed to prop Utopia.
I see that little wiggle Utopia is doing, and I know his bottom magnet has stuck him to the arena wall. This is my first Beetleweight Championship in almost 20 years. My son is trying to play with the wind pogs here. This is the best picture we could get of this. The wall isn't a damaging robot, but I hope you found it entertaining as a silly meme control robot. The other builders did, as the wall was voted most entertaining at this event, which honestly means just a little bit more to me than placing first. But we're not done. I had just enough time after this fight to prepare for the Rumble.
3, 2, and 1, here we go. I don't know. Stuff's happening. Honestly, I'm not sure if you can even hear me right now. If you've seen any of our Beetleweight fights, you knew this was coming. About on par with what you'd expect when you have age 9, 10, 10 out of the 14 beetle weights, just brawling it out in here. Whoa, we got some airtime. Canadax swinging futilely with their inactive spinning hammer here. And we've got a bit of a dog pile happening next to the exit to the arena. Somebody's missing a wheel again. The wall got one of their signature flips.
Rumbles are good fun, but strategically they can be a good way to get some fight time against opponents of your choice, like Canadax here, who I flip over and abandon.
Who is that? Is that full send? That's just enough of that. Oh no, that's the threat. The threat bouncing around by themselves for a moment before the wall came and intervened. And the wall gets their lift and attempts to do another suplex there onto the threat. Oh, Canadarm is upside down in the corner, waddling their way. And the wall looking for yet again another suplex on the threat.
It's this blue and red robot that I'm most interested in fighting. This is Neon Annihilator, and he destroyed the wall at a previous event. I'd like to know how well my current version can control him, and the answer is not well. Neon always has wheels touching the ground somewhere, so it can escape from my lifts pretty easily. And I can't even get under it as well as I'd hoped. I was lucky to not have had to fight him in this tournament, but I won't always be that lucky.
They've been a little still for a while.
As the Rumble and this video draw to an end, I want to say I hope to have more event recaps in the future. In fact, one more is being edited right now. This has been Guava Moment, and thank you for watching.
And that is now the official conclusion of Kilobots 61. The